Good evening, everybody. Sorry about that. Every so often, OBS decides that it can't remember what my microphone is. I don't know why. But welcome on in, everybody. Welcome. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you're all healthy and happy and all of those things. Let me see, bring this up here. There we go. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Welcome on in. Hope you're all doing well here. Hope you're all ready for the weekend and all of that. Yeah, I've been estranged a bit from from streaming here for a couple days. Like I was on Wednesday, but then yesterday I just wasn't I just wasn't feeling it. I was like, I kind of should go live right now, and it's maybe not. I just wasn't feeling it. And I might, I was kind of getting a little bit over still illness, not that much, but so I thought, let's just take a break. And I'm actually glad I did, because I ended up like getting to bed at a more reasonable time and got some good sleep and everything. So it's been a weird, crazy day. Like, I've had a day that's like, it's been a very busy day, and I know that I've accomplished something. I can't exactly put my finger on what, though, because it's just been like jumping from one thing to the other, and nothing's quite completely finished, but things have happened. It's just very strange all around. But it's just kind of one of those days where it's like you've been very busy, but it doesn't really necessarily feel like you accomplished anything. You got certainly some tasks have been switched, checked off your list, but nothing really feels finished. So that's kind of where I'm at there today. But it's been a good day, regardless of that. Also, no offense to the Caster Labs dev, but I finally had my last straw with Caster Labs. I was like, you know what? I like, the user interface on it is much nicer than Mix It Up. But it's like nothing ever consistently works. And I had set up commands in it, and if I test them, they were fine, but try to use them in chat, and sometimes it works, sometimes I wouldn't. It just was like so scattershot. And then it managed to stay connected to like Twitch and YouTube for like a whole month, which is amazing, because it was like every other day disconnecting randomly. But then, even though it wasn't telling me that I needed to log back in again, it was still like some days I would get the chat messages, and some days I wouldn't get chat messages at all. It was driving me insane. I just couldn't deal with it anymore. So that's kind of where I ended up with that. So I've switched back to Mix It Up Bot, and I've been in the process of just kind of getting things together. Hopefully the chat will work okay on screen. It's probably going to be really tiny, but I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to work with it a little bit. But I have that, and I think some of the alerts will be there. But we'll see. We'll see how things flesh out here with it, hopefully. So anyway, I'm wondering, there's one thing that's bothering me here, and it's, I wonder if yeah, that's strange. Now, I thought, and maybe I'm just completely wrong here, but I thought they got their combined chat to work, where I could see the chat from both YouTube and Twitch in the same window, but it does not appear to have worked yet. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It doesn't really matter. I have the individual windows open too, and they're actually the ones I tend to use. But I at least like the idea of having the combined chat on another window, so I can. It's one more thing that out of the corner of my eye I could see happen, so I know to look over there. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, yeah, tonight figured do some coding tomorrow as well. And I want to make some more progress getting through the tutorial of setting up Vulkan, because I would like to get to a point where we at least get a solid color on the screen this weekend. I doubt highly we'll get to the point where we get like a 3D object going. Highly doubt that. But if I could at least get to the point where we can like get a solid, black background or something, that would be good. One of the other things I wanted to do here too is, and I ran across this with what was I doing? With the Bazite Linux install that I have, I wanted to have like the overlay that shows like what your FPS is and whether you're using OpenGL or Vulkan and stuff. And I thought it'd be interesting to put that on here so that while I'm testing in theory, I can see it for my game as well. I don't know if it'll work for me. I don't know if it'll actually do what I wanted to do, but I figured it doesn't hurt to try. So that said, I believe I just have to do sudo apt install Mango HUD. I believe. So let's try that. Suggested packages. That was weird. It looks like it looks like it installed it, but didn't ask me if I. Normally, a promption says, "Are you sure you want to install this?" But it looks like it just did it. I think I need G overlay. I think I need both. I think I need all of that stuff. So let's do have to install libxnbctrl0 G overlay and mango CTL. That was a recommended MANGO CTL, right? Is referred to by another package. This may mean that the package is missing, has been obsoleted, or is only available from another source. Oh, okay, well, let's just do these, I guess. Yeah, see, now it prompted me. I'm like, why didn't it prompt me before? It's very weird. So I have those. So how do you do... Ensues, flat pack. Add Mango HUD 1 to shell profile. Game scope. Config file. G overlay. Yeah, okay. So G overlay. Because I knew there was a GUI thing that would just do it. Yeah, here we go. OpenGL. So I wanted orientation that way, I guess. Sure. A little bit more transparency. Global enable. Oops. Okay. Save, and then performance, vsync, start logging, metrics, average load, temperature, VRAM. Average load, RAM. Okay. Average load, temperature, core frequency. That's for the graphs. And right shift F12 is the HUD toggle key. Okay. So it's this. Okay, good. Missing Mango HUD replace sorcery. Okay. I don't know if that's going to work right away or not. I mean, I can test it, but it's my understanding it's going to be, like, in order for that to be globally available, it has to be, I have to restart. And the problem with the restarting is getting this, I can restart, but it's just going to cause me problems with the video here. Like I have to mess around with the opening and closing the case so that it KDE picks the right monitors and all that stuff. It's just a pain, and not really necessary right now. But I can try and see what happens if I do OpenGL here. Yeah, I don't think it's not enabled globally yet. Okay. Although you can run, wasn't there a command? To run it. Mango HUD command. Oh, I see. So I could do, let's just try this. Edit. See, this is going to be a little bit tricky because it's running Java. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do it here because it's going to run, it's got to kick off Java and then do it. So it's got to be like, I'd have to do it from the command line pretty much if I want to do it, or have it enabled for everything. So, oh well. It would have been nice to see it, but it's neither here nor there. We'll look at it tomorrow. I'll you know, before I start to stream tomorrow, I'll reboot and see if I can get everything lined up properly. So there is that. All right, cool. So where did we, so we stopped off, we were trying to do this, we were starting the swap cheat is where we ended up. Let me head back here. Okay, yeah. So this is where we pick up where we continue. Oh man. Good stuff here. Although I feel like my eyes are, I feel like I'm going cross-eyed here. Let me put my glasses on so that I can more easily see this. Yeah, even though the text is huge, and I can read it, I feel like I can feel like the eye strain already. So hang on one second. Okay, that's slightly better. I'm still getting the ghost images here. So you've probably noticed this by now, but I have a lazy eye, and actually I think both my eyes are kind of lazy at times. So when I look straight ahead, I have this problem where either one or one eye or the other will just kind of drift off to the side. Um, I'm not in control of that. It's just a muscle thing. Apparently a weakening of your muscles. It's something I've had since I was a kid, so what can I say? But that said, it does cause me, even with my, like, usually with my glasses on, it'll kind of correct some things, like it'll keep my eyes straight ahead. But even with my glasses on, there's sometimes like tonight where I can feel it kind of one or the other kind of just drifting off, and I get like double images. So like I see, it's kind of like double images. Like I can see the text in front of me, but I also see the text on the side screen, which is over here, and it just kind of like sort of like moves in and out and overlays what I'm seeing on this screen. So it's kind of like a double image that I get. I've learned to kind of cope with it as much as I can by just sort of like occasionally like moving my eyes back and forth to try to readjust them. But it does definitely slow me down. And when I get towards the nighttime like this, and I'm already like tired from the day and stuff, it gets particularly pronounced, and it really starts to like have an effect as far as like, making me like have to constantly blink and sort of like force myself to focus kind of thing. So if you've ever wondered why sometimes I stare at the screen for a good while before I actually process everything in the screen, it's because I'm fighting the fact that I'm getting like these weird overlapping images. And I mean, this is something I've had all my life, so it's not like it's anything new. It's just a thing that I've dealt with. I don't think I've ever mentioned it though to anybody. I guess at some point I probably should have mentioned it to like a medical professional or something, but it's my understanding there's not a whole lot they can do about that, And it's not exactly like, there are certain things on your body that a lot of even the best medical doctor, or even the best surgeon just doesn't want to mess with unless they absolutely have to. The eyes are one of those things, and the brain to an extent, although more and more of that's being sort of understood. But there's just some things that are just so super complicated, that sometimes it's just, unless it's debilitating, it's sometimes just best to just live with it. You know what I mean? And that's kind of one of those things. I did debate at one point in time getting like getting LASIK surgery. But it's my understanding, the more I read into it, the more it was like, well, it'll certainly help in the short term, but in the long term, your eyes are going to weaken anyway. It's just, they'll weaken from a stronger position. You know what I mean? So it's like you'll get more years out of it before they weaken even more, in theory, but eventually it's just going to catch up with you again. Like, you'll eventually probably need glasses again. And there's no guarantee you wouldn't need glasses even after the LASIK surgery and stuff, right? Like, because they can correct your vision to an extent, but it really comes down to how well it heals and if it fully heals and all that stuff. So, plus again, they're putting a hole in you, and that can always lead to complications. New holes in a body are never a guarantee. Even if it's something relatively routine, it's still never a guarantee that things are going to go 100% well. All right, so we're taking... God damn it, focus. Particularly problems here. Focusing right now. Focusing my eyes, that is. Device surface window, requested images, VSync. So we have device for the moment. And I think I said come back to the constructor because we need these other things. Yeah, we need like calculate number of images and stuff first. So let's just do these. I'm going to do them in the same class for now and decide later whether or not these are worthy of moving into a utility. So VK surface capabilities KHR. So calculate number of images. I don't even know. I think I want to do something here. Private static file int. Default buffering. I'll say you know what? We'll do that. Get best buffering set up. VK surface capabilities KHR. There's a 2 KHR. Okay. Max images, min images. image count. All right. How do I want to do this? Let's put a private int buffering setup, and we'll set equal to triple buffering, and then in here I'll say int buffering setup. That's the wrong. This dot buffering setup. There we go. Okay. All right, and then all right, so I'll say if buffering setup is less than max images, no, let's be a little bit smarter about this. Int best image setup equals, I don't even need to do that, I just need to return frack. Yeah, there's, okay. Best setup equals damn it. Well, okay. Best setup equals negative, we'll say -1. We'll say 0 maybe. And then if buffering setup is less than max images, best setup equals buffering setup. Else if buffering is less than max images, is that, else if double buffering is less than max images, what do I even check the min images for? Doing max images design equals 0. I mean, I see what they're doing because it makes it so you don't have to do all these checks, which is a lot nicer. I needed more for my own benefit. I needed to write that out. Isn't there a... Sorry, there's something about this that... I mean, this makes sense, the way I have it. There's just something about it that feels like it could cause confusion in the future. I'm trying to think, because you're mixing a min and a max. And it does make sense, but let me think here. Max images does not equal 0. Um, um, yeah, I guess that is the more elegant way of doing it. I had to kind of come around to it a little bit. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Calculate surface format. Okay. Wait, is surface format a... Where does surface format come from? VK11 probably? No. So where's that supposed to come from? Oh, it's a record in here. Public record, surface format, image format, color space. Okay. So okay, surface formats. So image format, color space. And then it's doing surface format KHR. Wait, didn't I just put these on the surface itself? Image format and color space. I thought I put those on surface. Yes, I did. I swore I put these. format. What are they doing? Where are they putting the surface format? Oh, they're putting it into there. Okay, so they're stuffing them into the create info jar thing. But then it's also saving it here. Why is it saving it? When is it useful? This is just returning new surface format. It's being set there. I guess that's going to be used again somewhere else because they've got a getter on it. Okay. I don't... Part of this that bothers me is that we've got all this information spread all over the freaking place. Like, you've got some of that information in... pretty sure in another spot, too. I don't know where. I just feel like that's somewhere. I mean, well, we're putting it into the swamp chain create info. Surface format, image format is going into the image views as well. I guess it annoys me the way they have this laid out, because I keep getting this feeling like they've got extra copies of stuff lying around in memory, which is never a good thing, almost never a good thing, right? Because one of those copies gets updated, but the other copies don't get updated, and now suddenly you go and try to debug something that's going on, and you know, it's not immediately obvious why something's not working because it's being updated in the one place that you thought it was needed to be updated, but it's really there's another place over here that didn't get updated, and it feels like this feels like that. I can't put my finger on it though. I can't say like, yeah, here's the copy, but it just feels like it's, for the sake of illustration, they've slapped things together here instead of doing it in a way that would, you know, someone doing this for real would do it. But I don't know. I guess I'll... Yeah. This is... the other thing that bothers me here too is the returning new surface format instead of just setting it. Right, like you've got a private member variable here. So just set it there, because by returning it, you're making people think that it's just a temporary variable, when in reality, you're not making it temporary anymore. And it's just, yeah, that annoys me. It's like, just do it. I mean, this is like, I don't know. This to me is a code smell, right? It's one of those things where it looks like someone copy pasted from something else and just changed the words around and didn't really look at what they were doing, right? Because they put it up here for whatever reason. They put a getter on it to make it available to everything. And they're setting it here, which on the surface sounds correct, except this guy here is the one doing all the work for it, and he's returning a new one instead of just making this void and having it just set it. Like, and it's that kind of thing that makes me start to question, like, well, other things like, do we need separate copies of these things? Do these need to be the way they are? Like, because, like, does this need to be a member variable? Does there need to be a member variable called surface format? Or is it better served as a, you know, as just kind of a transient variable that just, you know, a local variable that just falls out of scope, you know, or maybe that information should go into a different object where it might make more sense. Like I don't, that's what bothers me. Like I see little stuff like that, and it calls into question other aspects of this, because to me this is the kind of thing that you write in isolation as a way of teaching what's going on, with the intention that if you were ever doing it for real, you would never do it this way, right? Or you would do it significantly differently. And since I'm both learning and trying to do it for real, it bothers me when I come across little things like this, because given how much code is involved just getting the basics of Vulkan going, I feel like this is one of those things that will just live in the code base forever, because I'll never remember to come back and rethink it, you know, and it'll be there just like taking away just a tiny bit of memory that shouldn't be taken away, and just, you know, kind of just being garbage in something that you're trying to make not garbage, you know. That's what bugs me about some of these things, you know, because this to me is a very basic thing. This is something like anyone who's worked for any length of time at a real company and had a mentor that was decent would have come across this and said, no, don't do this way, right? Because again, it's like a 2 a.m. thing. It's like somebody looking at this who is unfamiliar with the code, but is, on call to fix whatever bugs crop up, that are, Sev 1, is going to come and look at this, try to figure out what's going on, and be really confused by how this is being used, Again, it's a tiny thing, but it adds up, right? And when your brain is not quite working, as mine sort of isn't right now, it makes you spin your wheels when you should be just able to just immediately grok it, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too old for this shit. I don't know at this point, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this the right way. See, physical device and surface. I also wonder if this wouldn't just make more sense in here. Like, we're giving it... What is it doing? So we're saying for this physical device... Okay, get physical device surface formats. We're saying surface get VK surface. So this is just trying to get... See, this also makes me think, because this is returning this, that this was in another class. Namely, I'm thinking this was probably under the surface class at some point. Because part of this looks like it should be there. Like this part at the top. This part at the top looks like it should be in the surface class. Right, like get physical device surface formats KHR. I feel like get number of surface formats IP get. Surface formats retrieved. Yeah, and D. In fact, the memory stack. The memory stack is only needed for these top ones. The rest is just looping over what came back and putting them into this guy. So yeah, I'm gonna move this. Look, I mean, maybe down the line this is the wrong thing, and maybe that's why they moved it over here. But this doesn't feel like the right place for this. Right, because we're querying for information on this surface based on this physical device. So why are we doing the logic for that here in something that is slightly unrelated? I mean, the swap chain cares about this, certainly, but does it really? I mean, like, yeah. It's the other thing, too. The other thing about a lot of this, too, is it feels like a lot of this tutorial code was like somebody wrote it in C and then just did their best to port it to Java. Right? Like, it doesn't feel like it like this tutorial stuff originated in Java. And it's not just because, Java's just calling down to native code, and a lot of these are native calls. It's also just the way things are logically laid out. Like, this is the way someone in C would lay out stuff, right? Because you're just dealing with functions, and you're just slapping shit around, and you don't really care as long as you just keep your memory to a minimum, You don't necessarily care about variable scope and whatnot, unless you're doing C++, and then you care about it, but this feels like the way like a C developer would do this method, and not the way a Java developer would do it. A Java developer would look at this method and go, this method's doing two things, and it really should just be doing one thing. Right? Because it's doing the work of getting all this low-level stuff when you're passing in a low-level thing who should probably be able to know how to do its own thing, and then really all you're doing is looping over what that low-level thing said to you and then picking a winner, right? So it really should just be doing this part, I feel. Let's try it and see what happens. A lot of these decisions may come back and bite me later, but, I'm willing to take that chance here just to do things in a non-stupid way. Let's see. So we got a memory stack there. So we're doing calculate surface formats. So I want to do basically retrieve surface formats over in here. Well, Vulkan surface has the physical device. See, this bothers me. This bothers me a lot because it's already got physical device. So again, why the fuck is this over here? Right? Like, it's just, it that annoys me to no fucking end here. It's like, again, it's already got this information, so you don't even have to you don't even have to pass that information to it. It's already fucking got it. Like, why the fuck is this here? Like, it's just clawing at the edges of my brain and just I like to think I'm not an angry person. But sometimes I see stuff like this and it just sets me off. And there's no good reason for me to be angry about it other than the fact that it's like reading someone's very first draft of a novel, right? Like, I'm talking the roughest of roughest drafts of a novel, right? Where you're like, you can see the brilliance going on, but man, is there a lot of garbage, right? And it's like, all they needed to do was they just need to revise it like 2 or 3 more times, and then it would be so much better. So it's like a frustration, right? It's a frustration of, I can see the goodness here, but man, is this like, could this use like another pass or 2, right? Like, it feels like someone just slapped this together in one pass, didn't really think too much about what they were doing. They just wanted to get it all on the page, you know, get their 5-page assignment done, and then move on. And it's just, I don't know. Anyway, let's go. Yeah. So I want to call this, because we already have a physical device here. So why wouldn't I just have this? So we go public. What does this return? VK surface format khr dot buffer. VK surface format khr dot buffer. VK surface format khr dot buffer. We want to say get surface, what is it called? Surface formats. All right. So we want to do try memory stack. And then int buffer. Malachite. Malachite 1. Okay. So we're doing KHR surface. VK get physical device surface capabilities KHR surface get physical device surface formats KHR. Okay, and physical device. So we need the VK physical device, and we need the VK surface. So we need the device. physical device. The surface. Do I keep the VK surface around there? Where's that supposed to come from? Surface. Oh, VK surface is just... Okay. Got it. It's just the memory address. Which is the ID for us. And then the buffer, and then null. Okay. So we're getting counts. And then otherwise, unable to retrieve count of surface formats. Okay. So buff. Formats is less than or equal to 0. We say here no surface formats. Okay. And otherwise, go after the buffer. Surface format that's equals VK surface format KHR colic number of formats and stack. All right, and then do the same thing up here. Down here, except pass in surface formats. Oh, let's put the... no, I can't put that outside that. This is gonna ding me though if I don't. I'll just return null. I guess it. Well, I guess it's okay with that. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Oh yeah, it's not actually throwing an exception at all. It's just doing the try to get the auto close. Oh, okay. So we have get surface formats there. So then down here, I would just say, I don't have the surface in here, right? Surface format, I will do, actually, I want that up here, right? So private. Oh, they want, okay, never mind. Private surface, I'll just do it anyway. Private, IDE is running low on memory. Oh, interesting. Well, it's probably because it's been running for so long. Let me save this and we'll restart. Maybe. Maybe we'll restart. Okay, what's going on here? I guess Copilot is having a connection, eh? Let's do kill minus 9 102 8 2 3. All right, let's see if it wants to start up now. Okay. Well, that's not good. The frick. What the frig is going on? What is happening? Let's go and put Chrome to bed for a moment. We'll leave thorium up since we're using that. think we're okay there. Now IntelliJ's a little bit happier. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, fine. Install it. I guess Chrome was looked like Chrome had some updates, and it might have been just kind of freaking out a bit. It's been a little bit since I've updated the Surface here as well, so I should probably do after the stream, like before tomorrow's stream. I need to reboot anyway, so I'll just do like a apt update and all kinds of things. I wonder, am I on there's a more Etsy issue. Yeah, I'm on 24.4. I think there's 24.402 now. What is it? Sudo apt lists upgradable. Oh, I have a lot of stuff. Let's do sudo apt update. 234 packages can be upgraded. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind. I wonder though, I always have to check because I have these other patches for the Surface on here. I can have that open. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I can probably do the updates and not worry all that much. Because I try not to do them that often, just because I want to make sure that the kernel patches I have installed for this to run for the items on the Microsoft Surface that this is running on. I want to give them a chance to also update, so I tend to like hang back a little bit. Plus this isn't like connected really to anything, so you know, I'm not running servers on it or anything like that, other than servers that I myself have done. I mean, obviously we're running Tomcat and stuff, but it's not running all the time, and it's only my dev box, so there's not much going on here. Right, okay. So this is returning a EK Surface format KHR buffer. Source formats. Okay. So we have that. And image format they're defaulting. What is it? R8 or B8? Blue, green, red. Blue, green, red, alpha 8. All those blue, green 8, red 8. sRGB? Yeah. Oh, no. Alpha 8 sRGB. Right? Yes. And then color space. Surface formats get 0 color space. Okay. And we're looking for the surface format with that particular format and that particular color space. So, and that's going to be okay. So we'll do surface format, stream, filter, and we'll do this. So f dot format equals really, this should just be a return, right? Return if a format equals that format. And if the color space equals KHR surface VK color space brightness, RGB nonlinear KHR. Sure. And then dot find first. What do this? I don't know that this. See, the problem is, I think it's going to tell me these need to be final or effectively final. If I do this. Oh, wait a second. It's just, so that's just taking those as gospel and then setting them to that. So if I were to do mine first and then Matt, this might be insanity, but let's just roll with it. This might be complete insanity. This is probably not going to work. I'm gonna try it anyway. Return new surface format. F dot format F dot color space. Can I then return this? I had a feeling it was going to be upset about that. Oh, well, it's a void result. Yeah. This dot surface formats equals optional. Or else null. Actually, it really should be or else throw, right? But well, no, or else no. Or else new surface format color space. That make things easier, or did I just make it a shit ton more complicated? This is the problem. This is the problem with lambdas, is that sometimes I look at them and I'm like, did I make that readable, or is it just shiny? I'm not entirely sure. Also, I wonder if can I don't think I can do a compound conditional in a filter and use the shorthand. I don't know if that's a thing. Java stream filter shorthand compound conditional. I mean, you still need, yeah. I mean, I don't need the braces. That's true, but I wonder. They're talking about performance there, which I am concerned with, but I'm not. I doubt there's going to be thousands of items in this list. Yeah, I mean, nobody's really doing more complicated variant of it that I was thinking of, but having said that, I can get rid of the brace and the return. See something here. There it is. Okay. Yeah, sure. I guess that works. It is what it is. I don't know that it's any easier to look at than this is. Just doing the traditional for loop on it. Or I could just do, I mean, I don't even need to do, well, if I'm going to do a stream thing on it, then I should go full out and do the stream thing on it with the filter. So I guess, yeah, I guess that's fine. I guess that's fine. So get color space, get source format. Okay. So that now gets us the surface format, and it sufficiently pushes out some of the logic that I think is best held for that. Surface formats. I don't know why. See, looks at the first one for the color space as a default. I guess, well, if there are no surface formats, we fail. So I guess there is going to at least be one. I just find it a little bit strange because the one they're looking for here is this specific one, but then again, I can't, and you're just defaulting it to the very first one you find. Okay, yeah, it makes sense to a degree there. Yeah, sure. Okay. Oof. I need to stand for a moment and stretch, friends. I do want to make a little bit more progress, though. We haven't made a whole lot of progress tonight, and I'm already running out of gas, but I at least want to go for another half an hour, and hopefully. And let me, I just need to stretch my legs for a minute. So I will be right back. Hang tight, my friends. Okay, I am back. Go. All right. So we got a little bit done. Again, this has been the theme of my day today. Is like, you know, getting stuff is getting done. It just doesn't feel like anything is getting done. Swap chain extent. This capabilities. Okay. So what is this? Okay. And it's called with window. Extent 2D. Okay, so this is, I think, handling the how big the window is. It may be resizing to it, hopefully. What's it doing there? Result set, current extent. Okay. Extent width. Height otherwise. It's already defined. Return result. Okay. Alright. So private VK extent. Oops. Extent 2D. Calculate swap chain extent. Or get to swap chain extent. Window. VK surface capabilities. Capabilities. And we're doing VK extent 2D extent. Equals VK extent 2D colic. If surface capabilities dot current extent dot width equals 0x. Now what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 Fs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Oops, and that's should be double equals. Set to window size if within bounds. Surface size undefined. Set to window bounds. get width. Okay, max min. So you want the minimum of the window width or image extent width, and the max of that, and the minimum image extent width. Okay. Okay. So this equals math min window get width max image extent width. Image extent width. Max of width or image extent width, right? Image extent width, right? All right, and then height is similar. Okay, and just set the result to that. Otherwise, result set or extent set surface capabilities dot current extent. Current extent. We have create image views. Which takes the memory stack, device, swap chain format. And the image view is this class, which I think we've already done. Yeah. I've already done that, so it's just a matter now of wiring that up. Do we need an array? Is it honestly worth having that as an array instead of just making it a list? I mean, other than the memory savings on that. What does that do? So result is image view, number of images, image view data. Format aspect mask. So that's setting up image view data. And we're just making an image view out of that. Okay, array of image view. Number of images. I wonder if I've never tried this, but I wonder if I can build a build an unmodifiable list essentially from scratch. I guess I would have to do a supplier, right? Swap chain images get, well, wait. Swap chain images get I. Swap chain images. Stack malloc long, number of images. Long buffer. So I'm doing a new image view. image view data and a device. So, okay, then we're just returning that. Let me see what I can do with this. This is going to be a little bit weird. So I'm going to say private lists Vulkan image view. I'm going to say build image views. And then we need stack the device, the swap chain. What did I call device? Oh, logical device. That's what I called it. Long swap chain int format. Okay. And we'll say, and again, I don't, honestly, no, this could be just void. It's a private anyway, right? So, and they want it up here, right? So let's just do private lists. So int buffer stack malloc int. Int buffer buffer equals int swap chain images vk Tina vk gets it's khr swap chain. Chain images KHR. Yeah, okay. Device swap chain. And then the buffer and then null. Not get count of swap chain images. convert images. Zero. Long buffer swap chain images. Long buffer dot stack.malloc long. All right, same as before, but swap chain images instead of null. Get swap chain images. Okay. So once I've got the references to them, because it looks like they're just long references, right? So swap chain images. No, it doesn't have a. I didn't think it would. Okay. So that's why I'm going to have to do a traditional for loop on it. Well, sort of. Yeah, I guess I'll need to. Wait a second. Swap chain images. It has capacity. As remaining. Yeah, I don't want to use those. I don't want to use those. So I guess we just go with what we got here. So image view, data. Look at image view data. Format to format and then aspect mask. PK image aspect color bit. Okay. All right, for int I is 0. I is less than images I plus plus. New image view. So, look at image view. So images dot add new Vulkan image view. Device image pointer data. Device image pointer data. There you go. Okay. So device swap chain images get I and view data. And this dot image views equals images. All right. We're determining get number of images by the length there, which it can still do. So I can do some of that. So we have some getters, some regular getters. Buffering setup. That's not the one you want to return, right? We want best setup. So I think this should be so not the buffering setup, but well, it is. What do they call it? Get number of images. And this would be a image views dot size. I think I know why they did an array there. And I kind of like having a list whenever I can. And I'm trying to think, can I do... Let me see something here. Java dynamic list. Yeah, I mean, I can just wrap it in collections on modifiable lists. Yeah, okay. And that way, slides should be a little bit more reliable, hopefully. I mean, we'll ultimately see when we come to it. Eventually. So build image views. And then clean up. Do that right now. Swap chain extent free. Oh yeah, we do have it up there. BK extent 2D. Chain swap chain extent. Okay, so then this should just set that. Okay, and swap chain extent dot free. Yeah, see, like even here they're like arrays as lists is used so that they can loop over. It's like just make it a fucking list in the first place. Like you don't have to do all that shit again. Swap chain extent dot free. And then doing image views. For each. Clean up and KHR swap chain. Destroy swap chain KHR. VK destroy swap chain KHR. Yep. Device swap chain and then null. VK swap chain. Is the ID. All right, so it was an integer, right? Nope, it's a long. I figured it would be a long. But, you know, it was faster to type int. Nice. And then null. Okay. And all we gotta do is work through redundant. Oh. What's the problem? Variable height initialize. Oh, it's because I did the wrong thing here. That's why. It's a good thing I looked at that. Okay, so we got buffering set up, the logical device. Surface and so wait, swap chain. So device, surface, window. Device. Surface. Requested images and Boolean vsync. Okay, so then try memory stack equals memory stack push. Device equals device dot physical device. Surface capability. Wait, don't we already get the surface capabilities somewhere here? Oh well, that's right. Okay, we pass it in to things here. This again feels like something that should exist somewhere else and not here, but here we are. VK surface capabilities, HR. Dot Pollock on the stack. KHR surface, get physical device. Surface capabilities, KHR. Yeah. Device surface capabilities, KHR. Okay. Device, get physical device. Oh, we have the physical device already. Device dot get physical device. All right. Surface get VK surface. Which is really ID, and then put that into surface capabilities. Able to retrieve surface capabilities. What's the problem here? Over 200 characters. Oh, okay. Okay. So that's getting the surface capabilities, and then just call these in turn. Get number of images, surface format. Best buffering setup. The surface capabilities, and then that's it, right? And that's is that being set to something? Number of images. Okay. Calculate surface format. So get surface format. Physical device, Vulcan surface. So surface there. And then that just sets it, right? And then swap chain extent. So window and surface capabilities. Okay. So VK swap chain, create info, KHR. Chain. VK swap chain. Create info, KHR. Chain create info equals. Yeah, I figured it was going to be something like that. I don't know why I picked crate there. It just was calling to me. And then it's not even just a colic, it's setting everything up. This type. KHR swap chain. Dot VK structure type swap chain. Create info KHR. Surface. Is surface.get ID. Min image count is this buffering setup. Image format. Hey, Tech, welcome on in. How's it going with you? Helping your oldest son go through stuff today? Cool. The game dev is going slowly, but it's going. I am I'm still in the throes of getting the Vulkan engine set up. Basically doing all the foundational work for that. In Java, I think it would be harder. Well, it's harder insofar as it's the documentation isn't great. A lot of the documentation I have to look at is either was written in C for C stuff or whatever. But I mean, it's coming along. Like for the Vulkan stuff is just a big giant bear of a project, right? Because there's so much foundational stuff you got to put together just to get anywhere. Like I was joking that at the end of the chapter 1 of the book that I was using to do OpenGL, I had a window with just a solid color in it, and we don't get to that until the end of chapter 5 for Vulkan. So I'm making my way towards chapter 5 now. I think I'm on chapter 3. No, chapter 4. Yeah, I'm on chapter 4 right now, and then the next chapter there's a bunch more stuff I have to do, but at the end of it, we actually get a solid color on the screen, I think. So yeah, clearing the screen, doing a render pass. So at the very end of all of this, in chapter 5, I have to do, we get to this. Finally. Right? So like I have a window showing up, but it's transparent because there's nothing, it's not attached to the Vulkan context yet. And this is like the final pieces to get all that stuff together. I mean, basically you need, is this the final structure here? Yeah, so like this is basically the giant structure of all the objects you need and how they talk to one another just to get to that point. So still think I would have done better with UE5. Sure, but like I said, I want to learn how things work. I'm not really there may not ever be a game that comes out of this. It's more of a I want to do this just to learn how to do it kind of thing. Um, I have an idea for what a game I would want to make out of it, but I'm in no rush to get there. Like I just want to learn as much as I can from all this stuff, and the problem with something like Unreal Engine 5 or Godot or any of those is that while there's still a lot to learn there, um, there comes a point where you actually need to have ideas of what you want to like. There's a lot more legwork of like putting together the ideas that you have for the game and all that stuff, and I don't have a full picture in my head of how everything's going to come together. So I would be spending most of my time just kind of sitting in there and not really. I mean, I'd be making progress, but it's like I feel like it would be an emptier experience for me since I like code, you know. Code is what I enjoy the most, more than just like the visual stuff. So, and I know that there's sections that you have to learn how to do some code in there and coding up like AI and stuff like that and other things. But a lot of that was made for getting something done. And I'm not in a rush to get anything done. I just want to be able to say that I actually understand some of the underlying concepts a little bit better. But yeah, I'm doing okay. Everything's good in my neck of the woods right now. Got a encouraging doctor's visit, where the doctor was happy with the progress I've been making, with like losing weight and getting all my numbers normal. So that's good. And then I've got finally, after all this procrastination, I finally scheduled an appointment to get my legs scanned to see if from a vascular doctor, I guess that's what they're called. So many of them. To see if they can figure out why my legs are always swollen all the time. So I have that coming up in April. So hopefully good things are happening with all that. But yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing well right now. Surface minimum image count. Okay, so min image count is where I was, right? So I did that, and then image format, image color space. Image format, image color space. color space, and swap chain image extent. Image array layers 1. Some magic numbers in here. Image usage. VK image usage color attachment bit. Image usage. Color. What was it? Color. VK image usage color attachment bit. VK image usage color attachment bit. Image sharing mode. VK sharing mode exclusive. Oops. Exclusive. Pre-transform. This is what was this? Surface capabilities current transform. Yeah, surface capabilities. Transform, and then composite alpha, KHR surface. All right. KHR surface, VK composite alpha OPEG, VK composite alpha OPEG bit KHR. Right. And clipped true. All right, and then that's built. Sort of. If vsync. Then VK swap chain. Create info dot set or dot present mode. Present mode FIFO. HR surface. Present mode FIFO. Else. KHR surface dot VK present mode immediate KHR. Okay. Cool. Cool. Then we need a long buffer. Buffer. Stack that. Like long one. KHR swap chain, create swap chain KHR, because this is actually creating the swap chain info. The swap chain based off the swap chain info. Okay. Oof. Okay, so bulk utils, fail if needed, cage R, swap chain, VK create swap chain, VK create swap chain cage R. Device get VK device create info null and then the buffer. Buffer and then not create swap chain. And we have the swap chain there, and then do I have that up here? I don't. What is that? Is that just going to be... Oh, it's just the ID. So I do have that. The memory ID of it. Right, because it's a long. Yeah, what am I thinking? So this dot ID equals buff dot get 0. And then build image views, stack device, swap chain format, ID and then surface format, image format. Okay. ID and then what was it? Surface format, image format. Okay. All right. So that was the swap chain, which I think is the last part of chapter 4 here. Let me see. Swap chain surface, visualized device. Oh no, we still have Q, right? Swap chain images. Image view, I did. Oh no, this, okay, so now we just have to integrate it with okay. Clean up method to free. So KHR swap chain, yeah, no, I've done that already. Now I can use the swap chain class and our render class. And then, yeah, they added vsync to their thing, but that's fine. I don't need to do that. I can just set it to true for now. So I just need to call the swap chain from the render class. All right. and then also call cleanup. So where's their render class? Here it is. So right after the queue, they do swap chain. Oh, where's my Vulkan render instance? Where am I at here? Public render. Swap chain. So first of all, I need... Wait, is this the right... That's the render instance. I want just the Vulkan renderer, right? Yeah. That's why everything looks weird. So I want private final Vulkan swap chain. Right. And so it's swap chain equals new swap chain. And I need device. Surface. Window. And then request images and is vsync. Buffering setup and vsync. Okay, so buffering setup will just say wait a minute. Did I make those public? That's this is not the one. It's swap chain. I did not make those public, did I? No, I didn't. They should be public. Buffering and for right now for vsync, swap chain, and then we just have to call swap chain cleanup at the beginning of cleanup. Okay. Cool. Okay. So I think we've hit the end of chapter 4. We're still not going to get, when I run this, it should at least open a window, but we won't see anything. Yeah, okay, so it's definitely got the window open, but it's still not putting anything in there, so that's fine. If I swap back over to OpenGL, that should still be working because I haven't touched anything there, right? Yeah. So that's still working. Good stuff. Okay. Cool. Very cool. All right, and then so we have that. So let me before I forget here, let's go and just commit what I got. directory. We'll just say finished chapter 4 book. Okay, push that out there. All right, good. So we have that. So then, chapter 5, which is going to be a doozy. Render pass. I'm going to do a render pass create info. So much stuff. It looks like we have a. Oh, we got a swap chain render pass class. Because of course we do. Like, why not, I guess? Okay. Swap chain render pass. VK render pass. Where does that? Got render pass here. There's the swap chain. Yeah, okay. Fine, I guess. Render pass and an attachment. Okay. And then frame buffer. The attachment will be part of it. The attachments will be the swap chain images. Okay. Still not linked those attachment descriptors of the specific resources, the swap chain images. The glue to do this will be another construct called a frame buffer. Is nothing more than a collection of specific attachments that a render pass can use. Encapsulate the code used for a new class called frame buffer. Okay. I mean, I'm familiar with the concept of a frame buffer. I just find it weird that we went through all that for swap chain stuff just to then encapsulate it again in something else. Okay. Command buffers. Vulkan work is submitted by recording commands stored in a command buffer and submitting them to a queue. So we have to implement the support of these elements. Command buffers new to be instantiated through a command pool. Command pool creation. Okay. There's a whole command pool, which this is just a. This looks like more or less a Pojo. And then a command buffer, which is doing all the memory allocations and recording the commands. It's passing in the render pass, the frame buffer. Huh. Okay. Command buffer. I mean, so far, these don't look too terrible. There's a lot of these classes that's not listed here, though, so I'm kind of. When we look at the actual code for this chapter, I'm betting those classes have a lot of extra stuff in them that we'll have to deal with. Synchronization. Fences are the mechanisms used in Vulkan to synchronize operations between the GPU and the CPU. Semaphores are used to synchronize operations inside the GPU. Yeah, semaphores are typical interprocess communication, aka threads talking to one another. Okay. Frequently used to synchronize queue submissions. These elements are used to block execution until a signal is performed. Once the signal is received, execution is resumed. Signaling is always done in the GPU side. In case offenses or application can block waiting in the CPU until the GPU signals that execution can go on, but we cannot trigger the signaling from the CPU. In case of semaphore, since they are all internal to the GPU, waiting can only happen in the GPU. Okay. Fences. Putting it all together. Okay. And then we'll actually fill out the render. Well, we got the render. There's more stuff in the constructor, but then where's the actual render method? Present queue. Here it is. Okay. So the actual render method doesn't have a whole lot in it. It's calling out to the fences and stuff to wait on images and things. Huh, okay. Wait for the fence associated with a swap chain image that we're about to use prior to performing any other activity. Okay. So then we're adding a list of semaphores to our swap chain class that we just finished. Okay. Again, they're doing arrays for some reason. Who knows? Like, I love it. They're doing it as an array, and then they're doing during the cleanup arrays as lists for each. It's like, well, why didn't you just make this a list and then just do collections unmodifiable list on it like I did with the other one, and then you've basically got an array at that point, but you can do everything. You don't need this part. You can just say sync semaphores list for each, boom, cleanup. You know, it's like this is some of the weird stuff. It's just it's things like that, and then like here, arrays set all. Like, again, just use a list. You know, just use a freaking list. That's all. I mean, it's some things are just kind of silly. Like, it feels like, yeah, again, it just feels like maybe they had a tutorial that they already wrote in C++ or even C and just boldface ported it over without really giving too much thought to how you would do that in Java. Right? There's just a lot of like evidence that they were just looking at C and just kind of translating it one for one and not really writing it the way a Java developer would write it. Or at least a Java developer that's familiar with the language and, you know, some of the easier capabilities out there. I mean, obviously, this person is not that familiar with Java. I mean, they're familiar enough to to be damaging, but they're not familiar enough with like best practices, right? So Java's probably not their primary language. They probably do something else is, and this is just a courtesy flush, as it were. Because yeah, it's just. I mean, having said that, the stuff here definitely should work, or at least looks like it will work. It's just really not the. It's just really not the. It could really use another pass over it or two, and just kind of tighten things up and do things the way that you would be more likely to see them in an actual production worthy software. But okay, so yeah, obviously it's like 1 a.m. for me, so it's we're not going to tackle chapter 5 tonight, because my brain is not going to be able to handle that. But we will tackle chapter 5 tomorrow, my friends, tomorrow afternoon, and then I will. I think it's pretty evident here that I need to reboot at some point here, and I'll do like some software updates and stuff. So I'll get all that between now and tomorrow's stream all together, and then we'll see if that thing I installed, which I can never remember the name of, how's the name of this thing? Mango HUD. We'll see if I've got this working, and see if it actually works against my my game. I imagine it should, but who knows? We'll find out one way or the other, and yeah, we'll go from there. We will go from there, my friends. But yeah, that'll do it. That will do it for me for tonight. Go look over here for a moment, and yeah, don't see anything. Okay. All right, my friends. Yep. That will do it for me. If you happen to stumble upon this on the old YouTubes, and you have a like and or a subscribe that you can spare, it would be lovely if you could shove that my way, and it helps out tremendously with the channel and everything, so that would be great. And as for everyone else, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope everyone has an excellent morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on what it is for you, and I hope to see you back here again in the future for some more stuff, whatever happens to suit your fancy. Until then, see you, bye.
Same old story. Boy finds girl, boy loses girl, girl finds boy. Boy forgets girl, boy remembers girl. And girl dies in a tragic blimp accident over the Orange Bowl on New Year's Day.
Good year.
No, the worst.